I just want to start off by saying this chapter is terrifying. Shigaraki is terrifying. Like, the business that this man is standing on, he's literally speaking to the past generations of One for All just by looking at Deku. Chapter 410, Shigaraki's cooking. Chapter 411 picks up with the users of One for All having a discussion, starting with Yoichi telling everybody that they need to put an end to Shigaraki. The fated All for One versus One for All battle is nigh, and this is the battle of the next generation. Suddenly, Shinomori's danger sense starts beeping. It starts going off. And this gusting hand peers its eyes into Deku's quirk and snatches up Shinomori. And just like that, danger sense has been stolen. Shigaraki's looking at Deku like, so this is the power passed down from generations. Why the hell did All for One have such a hard time taking it? Back in the mind of Deku, the fellas are shook. Like, how did this man manage to just steal somebody that quick? It's revealed that Shigaraki's hatred is so strong, so potent, that the resistance of the One for All quirk users can't mentally put up a fight using their will, which it explains why All for One wasn't so quick to take Deku's quirk when he had the chance to. Deku attempts to attack Shigaraki with Black Chains, a combination of Black Whip, Fajin, and Gear Shift. But now that Shigaraki has Danger Sense, there's no way that he can be touched. He simply moves out the way. I just realized that fighting Spider-Man has to be a pain in the ass. Just future predicting abilities, whatever. Shigaraki stares down Deku. Badass art, I saved this panel, telling him that it's his turn to feel the power of his decay quirk, and punches the shit out of him. But luckily, Deku covers himself just in time with Black Whip just to lessen the blow. Shigaraki is mocking Deku with things he said about how Shigaraki's not human anymore, that Deku needs to give up on the talk no jutsu, that he needs to get out of his own way and let go of the past because Shigaraki is no longer who he used to be, which is true. But Deku should have known that from the get-go. He should have known that getting into it. But you know how it is. Shitty manga writing. And it's going to allow for Deku, the MC, to magically come up with the resolve to beat this guy within the next few chapters. Whatever. Deku's managed to avoid fatal wounds by using multiple layers of the Black Whip. But it doesn't necessarily say that he is able to block all attacks. And that's why Deku's mask is falling apart. But he kind of needs it. It's what he's been using to continue to fight in order to breathe with all the waves and tsunamis that are crashing down because of the seismic activity coming from Shigaraki's decay quirk. Deku turns around, looks up at a mountain. They're at Mount Fuji. All that fighting, and they've been running and flying all over the place. They've went pretty fucking far. Deku is informed by Bruce, the third user of the One for All quirk, that Gear Shift is about to run out. And this is the beginning of the end. What is discussed by the users of One for All is that even though Deku's Danger Sense quirk is gone, no matter what is gone, the strength of All Might is still left behind. And if I know anything about foreshadowing, this is foreshadowing 101. Especially when taking into account that the author's a happy ending ass motherfucker and Deku's gonna lose all the quirks he has, only has the strength given to him by One for All, and is probably going to still beat the shit out of Shigaraki somehow and get his quirks back because, since All for One died, all the quirks, he took went back to their respective users. The reason Shigaraki didn't end up taking the quirks in the first go was because Shinomori's Danger Sense quirk went off. He was able to feel the presence of Shigaraki's quirk just encroaching on everyone, and he moved everyone out of the way. But since Shinomori isn't there anymore, if Deku gets touched again, then all the users are gone. I'm calling it. He's gonna lose them all. He is. Now this shit had me shook. You mean to tell me that Shigaraki can hear and see the One for All users speaking inside of Deku? I'd be fucking terrified. Like, invasion of privacy? I mean, like, look at Deku. Shigaraki comes up with a plan, which really isn't a plan. It's plain and simple. Just blow shit up. stop Deku from running and trap him by destroying the entire area, the entirety of Mount Fuji, and decaying each atom of concrete in the ground and completely upending that mountain. And he means it. I saved this panel. The art is just fucking gorgeous. The boy is having a ball. He's destroying Mount Fuji with a purpose. The users recognize one crucial fact about Shigaraki. He ain't all for one successor anymore. He's destruction incarnate. And he's gonna get put down. He has to be. It is the only way. And this chapter ends with Deku holding on to the idea that Shigaraki's not a monster even after all he's done. God, I hope that the writer lets Deku get rid of that unrealistic mentality. Because if not, Deku should get wrecked. And if he doesn't, it's really going to destroy the suspension of disbelief. End of chapter 411. Roll the ad. Hey guys, don't forget to check out my collectible store. Recently got this last set of JJK Funko Pops. Got Mahito, Megami, Gojo, Yuji, and lastly Nobita, RIP. All of these come in protection cases and they are all sold together. Not sold separately. This is a collection set, a 5-piece collection set for Jujutsu Kaisen. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to seeing you guys again. Appreciate it.